This is your local random hero, and this is my pipe bomb. And this pipe bomb I'm dropping on strictly on one set of people, one race, right? And that's to the black man. As black men, we need to start standing up for ourselves, right? And I don't mean sit back here start standing up and acting all thuggish and stuff like that, right? Because ignorance has never got nobody nothing in society. Let's think about this for a second, okay? We're so quick to sit back here and be the type of guy, be the type of men to sit back here and stand up for stupid, thuggish things. You know what I'm saying? We'll sit back here and be like, okay, yo, listen here, you know what I'm saying? We ought to sit back here and smoke weed, son. You know what I'm saying? Weed from the earth. So it's poison ivy, but I don't see you smoking that. I'm just saying, if you're going to smoke that, matter of fact, if you're going to sit back here and promote marijuana, right, you're no different than a drug addict. But that's the problem with us as black men. We want to sit back here and stand behind the things that are wrong. You know, instead of standing up and standing behind things that are more pushing us forward. Okay? Right now, this is like about 6 times trying to shoot a video because, you know, there's so much I want to say, but I can't get it all out at one time. It's like trying to sit back here and put a waterfall through a straw. A lot of us not going to go through that straw. But the problem when I sit back and I see with us as a lot of black men is that we're so quick to sit back here and blame somebody else for our own problems. As black men, we need to go ahead and stand, and we need to go ahead and man up. That's our problem. We don't man up and sit back and say, yeah, this is what's wrong with us. You know what I'm saying? Instead, what we do, we blame somebody else for our problems. You know what I'm saying? And that's some childish stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like, for instance, if we do a crime, right? We don't sit back here and man up. What we do, we sit back here and blame everybody else for our own problems. But instead of manning up and doing what we needed to do, right? We blame others. Why blame others for your own mess ups? That's something a child do. And a lot of us as black men, we want to call ourselves men, but we sit back here so quick to sit back here and blame others for our mess ups. Simple as that. Now how can a man not take responsibility for his failures? You know what I'm saying? It's just like another problem with us as black men is that we don't sit back there and we don't sit back here and try to raise our kids. But instead what we do, we try to run from our responsibilities, right? For example, right? I'm a product of a single parent home. You know what I'm saying? By me being a product of a single parent home, okay? I was raised by my mother. And by me being raised by my mother, right? I'm not a bad person. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually a good person. You can ask everybody, some people who's probably watching this video who personally know me. But we tend to have a one-parent home growing up. Most men don't want to be there. Most black men don't want to be there for their kids because they're so quick to sit back here and go run and chase another woman. Be there for your kids. Don't just sit back and pay child support. But because we need to have pride in ourselves. And that's the problem. Another problem. We lost our pride. Instead, what we do, right? We sit back here and forget where our pride came from. You know what I'm saying? We sit back here and see other things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I respect them. I respect a black man when he is there for his family, whether the woman is white, black, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They have respect for me. They have respect from me because he's there battling out with his woman if it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? But as black men, we don't want to do that. Another subject I want to sit back here and touch on, right, is the knowledge. We don't sit back here and self-educate ourselves anymore. It is more in and by us not educating ourselves anymore, we're so quick to sit back here and expect that the world is supposed to give us something, right? Because we don't want to educate ourselves, okay? and that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? We are sitting back here crying because, well, they killing our black men. They killing our black men. The reason why they're killing our black men is because these young black men ain't doing nothing better for themselves than sit back here trying to lead this little thug life. When they sit back and quit acting like a little knucklehead and sit back here and realize, hey, you know, maybe I need to take myself either to the military or to the either to the military or to a college, right? So I can educate myself, so I won't be placed in that position, right? Then maybe we will be taught with a little bit more respect. But until then, that ain't gonna happen. So you can sit back here and we're gonna have more and more and more and more and more, right? Young black men getting killed because, number one, they don't want to sit back here and self-educate themselves, take themselves to school, right? And actually sit back here and do something better for themselves. But I do not want to hear this thing from people anymore, right? Well, if we all was young at one time, you're right, we all was young. But even at a young age, I realized you ain't gonna have nothing in life if you ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That by us being niggas, we ain't gonna sit back here and they're not gonna sit back here and have nothing. Because I don't consider myself a nigga. I consider myself a black man. For the simple fact, a nigga don't want to do nothing better for themselves. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And until that day, right, we'll never get ahead in life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit back here and blame the white man for our failures or our misfortunes, right? The only people who we could blame is ourselves. When we sit back here and stop blaming everybody else and start taking responsibility for ourselves, then and only then can we move forward. All right, this is your local random hero, and I want to say, God bless, and we need to quit blaming we need to sit back and quit blaming everybody else, especially white people and Hispanics and Asians, right, for our own failures, and even the black women, and sit back here and blame ourselves. God bless, and have a good day.